Crystal. Welcome to my very first cooking video. She'll be nice. I am a bariatric patient. I am nearly 10 weeks out. This recipe is kind of geared towards keto and bariatric patients, but is delicious and can be for anybody. So this is my pimento cheese. It has very few ingredients. So the first ingredient is 4 ounces, and this is the third less fat cream cheese. 8 ounces or a cup of 2% cheddar. 1 jar or 4 ounces of pimentos. This is the diced version. And 2 tablespoons of mayo. This is the olive oil version. I try to use the less fat. The spices that I use, you can use what you like. In here I have a 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of paprika, and I use 2 little packets of Splenda. You can use a sweetener you like or remove the sweetener. I like just a little bit of sweetener. So the first step, this takes a very few minutes, is I'm going to I've had this cream cheese sitting on my counter, and I kind of mix it up just a little bit so it's going to be easier for me to mix my other ingredients into it. I'm going to mix my spices in first. And just kind of push those in with the fork. You can find the original recipe on the internet if you look for keto cream cheese. The original recipe uses garlic powder as well and no paprika. I like the color of the paprika. I think it makes it look even more pimento-y, and it uses half the amount of pimentos, but I like the extra pimentos, so I'll put it in there. Next I'm going to add my mayo, 2 tablespoons of that. I suppose you can use if you like the avocado mayo, use that. Or if you like the full fat version, use that too. You'll just have to adjust the calories. I'm going to post the calories, the fat, the carbs, all that good stuff. So kind of mix that in. It'll be nice and creamy. You can see we're getting more of a liquidy texture. Whole jar of pimentos, and it's going to be already open, of course. There we go. I don't drain it. You can if you like it a little less liquidy. I don't. I like it a little more liquidy, so it's going in. I love the smell of those things. I don't know what a pimento is. Apparently it's some sort of a pepper because the jar says ingredients are pimentos, so whatever those are, I like them. And they don't really have any calories. They have some carbohydrates, but the amount that you're eating has practically no calories. So right now we kind of got a cottage cheese, a pink cottage cheese texture. In goes the cheddar. You can really use whatever kind you like. This is the 2%, the lower fat and lower calorie content. You're going to mix it in really well. And mixing the wetter ingredients first will make this step so much easier because the cheddar is kind of hard to mix in if you don't. It's going to look a little wet, but as it sits, it's going to kind of sit up a little bit, so don't worry about that. It is, like I said, look a little bit liquidy right now, but it's not going to be when it sits. And this recipe makes 8 2-ounce servings. And that's it. Done. So this portion, you can stop there if you're not a bariatric patient. I'm going to turn my camera slightly to my little setup here, which is my kind of bariatric setup. I've got my little scale here. I got this scale off of Amazon, and I have my little cups. And these little cups I also got off Amazon. They're great. They're microwave safe, dishwasher safe, They're great, and they're disposable. I get a package of 50 of them for like 15 bucks. Super cheap. So, I also got my scale. It was on like the deal of the day. It's great. I'm just going to turn it on. I've got it set on ounces already. Set the cup on, and then hit the tare button. So you bring it back to 0. And then I'm just going to put 2 ounces of the pimento cheese in here. Once it tells me it's at 2, I'll stop. These refrigerate for about a week in the refrigerator, and each day they get a little more tasty. That's a little too much. Okay, there's one. Top on. It goes. These little cups also go very well in the freezer. I have my freezer stacked full of chili, all kinds of little items in there that I've made. Of course, the pimento cheese is not freezer safe, but these little cups are. They're great. And they're cheap and disposable. If you lose them, leave them at work, whatever. It's okay. You have a little switch. There should be 8 of these little cups nearly exactly. Might be a little off. Whoop, dropped a little bit. This is what I get for not moving my bowl close enough. And the important part of your eating is measuring your food. So scales and these little cups come in so handy. I always make a mess. Try not to. Too much. And I'm just going to keep going with the rest of my recipe. And that's it. You have keto, pimento cheese, my version of it. I will post the stats for the nutrition information in the comments. And thank you for watching.